Hello my dear friends, welcome to our channel Fundamentals of Engineering. If you can't see the quality of video very good, then go to setting. In that, change the quality of video, whatever the quality of video you want. So you can change that setting. So today we are going to start one important topics which are going to help you to secure the good marks. That is tips and tricks to use the virtual calculator. So in GATE exam our regular calculators are not allowed. So we have to use the virtual calculator. So there are some tricks and tips to use that virtual calculators, that the 7 important tips that we are going to see in this lecture. So hope you are with me. So we will start our session. 7 important tips and tricks to use virtual calculator, and that will be beneficial you to solve the questions in GATE exam. So whenever we are solving any numerical in our curriculum for any stream, then we are using this type of calculators. So this is a scientific calculator which we are using to solve our numerical in our college life. So whatever the numericals we are having, that numerical, whatever the values we are having, that we are put into this calculators, and based on that calculators we are finding out the answer. So most of the guys are doing the practice to solve the problems based on these types of calculator. So this type of cassette type calculators are not allowed in GATE exam. These are not allowed in GATE exam because they are providing the virtual calculator, and by using that virtual calculator we have to use that and we have to find the answer. So now these virtual calculators, how will they look like? You can see here the virtual calculator. So these are the scientific virtual calculator. These are available whenever you log in into your screen. At the right hand side, at the top corner of the right hand side, you will see the link for the virtual calculator, and whenever you are using this virtual calculator you can't use keyboard. The keyboard is not allowed. We have to use these keys and these functions. We have to use these keys and functions to write all the values from the numerical. So whenever you are facing some problems to use that scientific calculator, but keep in mind, whenever the cricketers are visiting for the different series in the different nations, that home series and other overseas series, for that whenever they are going for the series, they are playing practice matches. Why they are playing the practice matches? Because the condition, whatever the condition of pitch and the environmental condition, that should be helpful to us whenever we are following the series. That's why they are doing the practice session. So this type of technique we have to use whenever we are solving the GATE exams. So we have to practice on these scientific calculators, and this is very easy to use that scientific calculators. So if you do the practice and watch this video, you will understand how much is easy to use this scientific calculator in exam. Also we are going to see the importance of these memory functions, that we are going to see. So these are the memory functions, and by using that memory functions we are going to see the different techniques. So where to use available that GATE virtual calculator. Now you can see, if you are practicing on the laptop or your desktop, there you can type the GATE virtual calculator, and there you have to use this online calculator. So you can see the first link, scientific calculator by the TCS ION. This calculator and the exam is designed by the TCS, so we have to use this type of calculator. And some students are practicing to solve the numericals by using the mobile phone. So there the Google Play apps link is available, so you can click on that. Whatever the Google account is linked to your mobile phone, by using that you can download it and make the practice. And whenever you download that Gate virtual calculator, you can see the tutorial and whatever the functions are available. Also the Gate previous papers also there, so you can download it that and you can solve it. So first we'll see how to use this scientific calculator. So once you click on this link, you will get your scientific calculator. So these are the scientific calculator you will get. So what are the 7 important features of this virtual calculator and how they are help in this exam, any types of GATE exam or other technical exams which can be taken by the TCS. There you have to use the GATE virtual calculator. So how to use that? So first important, we must know what are the available functions in this scientific calculator. So first available function is the arithmetic functions. Arithmetic means positive, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, then percentage, square root, square, all these arithmetic functions are there. Then we are having the logarithmic functions, like you can see ln, then log to the base 2, then natural log, log base x to the base y. So these logarithmic functions are also available. Then trigonometric functions like sine, cos, tan, the inverse of this sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse are also available. Then sine hyperbolic, these are available, cos, tan hyperbolic, then sine inverse hyperbolic, all these functions are available. Also with this the miscellaneous functions are also available, like mode, factorial, mode and factorial, that we are going to use in the permutation. So these type of factorial values are also available. You can use directly the value of pi here, 10 raised to whatever the values we need to calculate, that for that we can use these functions. Then square, square root, for these are the available functions. So whenever you are using these functions, keep in mind, whenever you want to use that function, first you have to use the numbers. For example, we are going to take the examples, but see here, if you want to calculate the square root of 2, so first you have to write the number, then you have to use the function square root. First you have to write the number, then you have to use the square root function, then you will get the answer. If you use the square root directly, then you will be getting the wrong answer. So how is that? You can see here. So if you want to calculate the square root of 2, first you have to use the number and then you have to use the function. So this is the square root of 2. And whenever you are doing any calculations, always clear the screen. So you have to clear the screen before doing any operation. So if you use first function and then number, so you can see directly 0 you are getting. So first you have to use the number and then the function. So any function. So you can see, if you want to calculate the sine 45, so first 45 and then you have to use the function sine. So you can see 1 by root 2, based on that you are getting this, right? So the values you can get, these are in terms of degrees. So if you want to change the mode, you can change the mode into the radian, but normally the scientific calculator gives the value in terms of degree. And whenever you are doing the next calculation, always clear the screen, always clear the screen. So these are the available functions. But if you look at this scientific calculator and your regular calculator, there are some unavailable functions. which are the unavailable functions? You can see the complex number functions we can't see in this scientific calculator. So there we can use for polar, Cartesian or Euler type. So there we can't use these functions. Then for the matrices, these functions are not available in this scientific calculator. Then equations like cubic or quadratic, these functions are not available in this scientific calculator. Then differentiation and integration, these functions are not available in the scientific calculator. Then we can't get the NCR and NPR probabilities, the permutations and combination. So in our regular calculator that we are using for our calculations, there you can see directly these functions, but in scientific calculator these functions are not available. Then bases like binary, octal, these bases are not available in this scientific calculator. So you can't see these functions. But our regular calculators, you can see this function, but these calculators are not available in the GATE exam, so we can't use that. But instead of these unavailable functions, whatever the available functions are there, by using that we can do the calculations and we can find out the answers. So how to use that function? So for this we will take one example to find out the 45 cube. This is simple, you can find out, but how to find out that we are going to see. Then sine inverse 30, these functions we will find out. E raised to 3 or minus e raised to 1, how to get that we will also find out. Then tan 30, how to find out that we are going to see. The square root of any value, suppose 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how to find out that square root, that we are going to see. So how to use these available functions? So first 45 cube, so how to find out? So whenever we are finding out the answer, first you have to type the number. So number we have typed 45 and that cube we need to find out. So 45 cube you are getting 91125, that we are getting the answer, correct. So first find out the number and then answer. So e raised to minus 1, how to find out e raised to minus 1? First number, so 1 minus, so if you do that you will get the wrong answer. So minus 1, so minus 1 you are getting. Then we have to find out answer e raised to that, right. So you have to use this function. So e raised to power minus 1, that is, this will be the answer. E raised to power minus 1, this will be our answer, right. So if you want to take any power, suppose you want to take 10 raised to 5, so we have to write down first 10 and raised to 5, so 5, 10 raised to 5, this will be the answer. So any raised to answer you will get here. Then factorial value, suppose 5 factorial if you want, then first you have to write down the number and then function. So 5 factorial value 120, we know that. So whenever you do the operations, just you have to clear the screen, So there we are using the function. So if you want to take the square root, so we have taken square root of this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that we have to find out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's square root, so function. So this will be the value of that square root, 153.15. So we have taken randomly any value and that we are getting the answer. and all the values we have seen in the degrees, right. So these are the use of the function. So x raised to y, if you want to calculate, that we have seen, right. So cube root, if you want to find out, so take the value of 8, 9, 6, 5, 7 and cube root to find out, then you have to use the function. So cube root of this 8, 9, 6, 5, 7, that is 44.75. So first use the number and then the function, you will get the answer, right. So there you are getting all the points. Hope it is clear. Then we will move towards the next important function, that is use of the bracket. So bracket use is important because we have to use here BODMAS rule. So by using that BODMAS rule, we have to solve the answer. So whatever the functions or the numerical you are getting, so we have to use this BODMAS rule, and by using that, this BODMAS rule, we have to find the answer. So for the use of the bracket, we will take randomly one equation, that 45 degree minus, we will take sine inverse 1 upon 1 plus root 3. So 45 degree minus sine inverse 1 upon 1 plus root 3, that answer we need to find out. So how to find out in the calculator? So first the values we required in degree, because the answer is values are given in the degree. Sorry, if the values are given in the radian, then we have changed this mode radian, but we required in the degree, so we have to use this. So 45 degree minus, so this value is in degree, so no need to use that degree sign, so the values are in degree. 45 minus what we are having, sine inverse of 1 upon 1 plus root 3. So this value we have to keep in bracket, and then we have to take the sine inverse of this. So how to take that? So first write the numbers. So numbers, so how you will get, into bracket 1 upon, again bracket for the denominator, 1 plus root 3. So we have to use the number first and then function. So square root of 3. So we have close the bracket of denominator, and this whole functions we have to close. So now you can see all brackets are used. So this bracket is for denominator and this bracket is for whole function, 1 upon 1 plus root 3, and then we have to use the sine inverse. So sine inverse of this, you are getting the value, that is 21.47. so this is the final answer, 21. So we have to use 21.47, that will be the final answer we are getting. 21.47. So I am getting some problem with my cursor. Hope you understand. 21.47 we are getting the answer. Now the importance of this memory function. If you know the importance of these memory functions, then you will get the answer of any equation by using these scientific calculators. So what is meant by this capital MC, MR and MS? So MC stand for memory clear, MR stands for read memory, and MS stand for store memory. So these are the memory functions. MC stands for memory clear, MR stands for read the memory, and MS stands for store the memory. So how we are going to use these functions MC, MR and MS? For that we will take one example. So we will take randomly one example, that is 90 degree minus, suppose cos of cos of 1 plus root 2 plus root 2 plus 6, right. So if you save this number in the memory, answer of this number root 2, if you consider x and that value if you use in the keep in the function, then we are getting the equation 90 degree minus cos 1 plus x plus 6, right. So we have to find out the value of x and you have to store into the memory and then we will get the answer. So how to do that? So first the function MC is to clear the memory, MR is to read the memory and MS is to store the memory. We are going to see these two functions, two important function M plus and M minus. What is that? We are going to see later on. First we will discuss these three functions, MC, MR and MS. Now we are clear the screen and MC is used for clear the memory. So if you click on this MC, it will clear the memory. So whatever the previous calculations we have done, there whatever the memory we have stored, that will be cleared by using this MC. So we have cleared this memory. Now we have to add the equation's answer, that is root 2 answer into the memory. So how to do that? So first you have to use the number and then function, the square root of this, and we have to add into the memory. So for adding into the memory or store into the memory, we have to use MS. So as well as you click on this MS, the mode M is activated, means this value is cleared into the memory, is stored into the memory. So we can use this value, right. Now don't clear the memory because we are storing this value into the memory. You can see the M is activated. If you clear, then it will gone, right. So if you want to use this value for the more calculations, then don't clear the memory. Now I cleared that memory, so M sign is gone. So whenever you want to use that, use this MS. So now you can see the store, M is activated and memory is stored. Now clear the screen, don't clear the memory. If you clear the screen, so you can see here 0 is appeared. Now we can find out the answer for this. So what we are having, the equation 90 degree minus cos of 1 plus x, means whatever the value we are stored for the root 2 plus root 2 plus 6. So by using the memory functions, we will solve this equation. So what we are having, 90 minus what we are having, cos of 1 plus root 2. So we will take bracket. So 1 plus root 2 value we required. So we can use by using this read memory. So you can see here, read memory, by using that we got this value into bracket and that cos we required. So cos of this, right. So plus root 2, that value we are stored. So where we are using, by using memory read. So adding this value and plus 6 we required, plus 6. If you click on is equal to, this will be the final answer, 96.41. So by using your regular calculator, you can get the answer and find out whether you are getting the right answer or not. So 96.41, that will be the final answer. That will be the final answer you are getting. That will be the final answer, 96.41. So if you are not understanding, I can explain again. For that I have to clear the memory, right. So if I clear the memory, the mode is gone. Now clear the screen. Again for the understanding, you have to clear the memory. So root 2 we have to add. So first number, then function root 2 is equal to that we are getting, and that we have to store into the memory. So MS, right. So don't clear the memory, clear the screen. So 90 minus 1 plus root 2, the value which we are stored in the memory, that we have to read it now into bracket of cos plus value which is stored into the memory, we have to read it now, plus 6 is equal to, that we are getting 96.41. Hope you understand, right? So easily we find out the answer. So if you look at these functions by using these memory functions, it will be very easy to use this scientific calculator. It will be very easy to use this scientific calculator. Now next important, instead of, if you are not getting the values, that here the root 2 comes for the twice, but if more than functions, other root 2, cube root, then square root of all the different numbers, if they came, then it will be very difficult to store all the numbers. Only one time the value is stored, so we can't use again that functions multiple times. So there we can use this m plus and m minus function. This is nothing but the memory function, but we have to use for the particular. So what is meant by m plus? M plus is used for add to memory, and m minus is subtract from memory, subtract from memory. So if you know these two functions very well, m plus and m minus, then you will love that scientific calculator and you can use for the understanding of the formula and by using these functions. So m plus and m minus will solve by using the same question, 90 degree minus cos of 1 plus root 2 plus root 2 plus 6. So by using m plus, that we are going to find m plus and m minus, same, whether we are getting the same answer or not, that we are going to find out. So how to use that? First of all, we have to clear the memory, because whatever the memory is stored, we can't use again, so we have to clear the memory. So if you clear the memory will get clear, the screen will be remain same. So for that we have to clear the screen. Now we are clear the screen. Now we have to find out the answer. So first is 90 degree, right? Now you can see here 90, that is plus 90 degree, right? So plus 90 degree means we have to add to the memory. So whenever you are clicking this m plus and m minus, keep in mind you have to click only once. So if you click 2 times, this 90 will be used for the 2 times. So we have to click only 1 time. So m plus, now you can see the mode is activated, right? Then clear the screen. So m plus, that we have used 90 degree. Then cos of 1 plus root 2, cos of 1 plus root 2. So how we are going to use? Into bracket 1 plus root 2. So first number, then function, then bracket close, then the cos. So this value is nothing but subtract. We have to subtract because the minus sign is there. So for that, what we have to use? M minus, right? So clear the memory. Next is plus root 2 and plus 6. So root 2, first number, then function, then we have to m plus, then clear, then plus 6 m plus. Now sir, where is the answer? Where is the answer? We can't see the answer. So where to find out the answer? So for that, whatever the memory we have stored, we have to read that. So for that we have to use this function, memory read. So now you can see the answer you are getting 96.41. That was the earlier answer. 96.41 you are getting. 96.41. 96.41 the answer you are getting. Earlier you got this, add to memory 96.41. So same you got here 96.41, right? 96.41 you got it answer. So what we have done, m plus and m minus. Again I will show you same. So plus 90 degree minus cos of 1 plus root 2 plus root 2 plus 6, that answer we need to find out. So how to get that? So first of all I have to clear the screen, clear the memory. So 90 degree, that is the positive, so m plus, clear the screen, don't clear the memory. If you clear the memory then that value will be gone. Then 1 plus root 2, so 1 plus first number, then function into bracket. So bracket, importance of the bracket, because if you use the function here then we will be getting the wrong answer. So cos of this answer, and that we have to subtract. So subtract from the memory, clear the memory, 2 root 2, 2 root 2, that we have to add to the memory, then clear the screen, then plus 6, 6 plus. So we have to read that. So you can see here 96.41, that we are getting the answer 96.41. So m plus, m minus. So based on the sign we have to do. So positive sign is there, you have to add or use m plus, and negative sign is there, you have to use m minus. But whenever you are using m plus and m minus, that add to memory and subtract from memory, you have to use once. If you use twice then it will be considered for the 2 times. So make sure that. So hope you get that point. So we have seen importance of memory function, and if you have to use these functions in your exam, most important thing is you have to practice, and you have to do the practice of these virtual calculators. So if you are practicing on the laptop, you are solving the mock test or doing the calculations on the lab by using the question seen on the laptop, there you can use the Gate virtual calculator. So on the Google you have to type the Gate virtual calculator. So first link, whatever TCS ion, that first link you are getting, that first link you have to use. And if you are doing the practice or solving the questions by using virtual calculator, you have to download that Gate virtual calculator and you have to do the practice. So if you are using for only one time that Gate virtual calculator, then you will not get the answers perfectly. So you have to practice for more, right? Now if you are preparing for the Gate for any stream, you can visit our channel and you can see the important playlist which are prepared for the Gate. So you can see the playlist of that and you can study for your Gate exam. Hope you understand all the points. If you understand all the points, so here we'll stop our session. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, like the session, share the session with your friends, those who are giving the Gate exam. Thank you.